This lesson demonstrates the use of YouTube videos as a visual stimulus for spoken fluency practice. Videos chosen contained relatively little linguistic input. The lesson also demonstrates the use of texting as a mechanism for pre-speaking rehearsal and smartphone audio recording of performance for self and peer correction. The lesson was conducted with a group of 20 students, 13 of whom were experienced English teachers from China at IELTS 6 or over, and 7 of whom were younger, in their early 20s, general English students of mixed L1s, Italian, Arabic speaking, Japanese speaking, Chinese speaking at IELTS 5.0 and over. By the end of the lesson, students were to have practiced expressing opinions about a social experiment video, practiced describing what happens in a video, focusing on the use of present simple for narrative use. They will have thought about differences between informal spoken and formal written language and practiced some formal grammatical patterns. The comments on this slide represent a personal reflection on the success of the lesson. If this lesson is to be used for teacher development purposes, users may wish to omit this slide and use it post-observation for partial feedback. The lesson was partially successful, particularly in its main aim of promoting meaningful and motivated spoken fluency practice from videos that deal with emotive subjects, child abduction, selfishness, charity and greed, demonstrating the importance of selecting emotionally engaging content. There was also some success in the use of texting for spoken rehearsal, though objective success would have to be measured by using a control and an experimental group. Least successful was the use of peer and self-correction of recorded narratives. This was mainly because insufficient awareness raising was provided to the students in the hows and whys of doing it, and in convincing learners that it is possible for them to do it. Least successful was the language focus, which aimed at developing formal and informal vocabulary and formal grammatical patterns for reporting events. This was because the tutor, that's me, I allowed myself to be dictated to by the mechanistic restrictions of PowerPoint, rather than eliciting from and responding to students dynamically. A smart board, an interactive whiteboard, may have facilitated the feedback because it does allow for more dynamic responses. But then again, a traditional old whiteboard with text being written on and rubbed out would probably have been best. This demonstrates issues surrounding technology and particularly PowerPoint for feedback in language lessons. The language stage was also rushed, and this may also have impacted on the way in which the PowerPoint was used. Anyway, enjoy the lesson. So what we're going to do today then is hopefully by the end of the lesson practice expressing opinion about social experiment videos. You will find out what social experiment videos are in a moment by watching one. Okay. We'll practice describing what happens in the video through speaking, and then later on through writing as well. So we'll be looking at differences between informal spoken and formal written language for describing something that you have seen. Okay, and we'll practice some formal grammatical patterns at the end. So that's what we will be doing today. Okay, fine. So what I want you to do first is look at your handout. You've got a handout, okay, for activity 1. Can you see this handout? Has anyone at the back not got one? You got them? Can you all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so can you look at activity 1, and the first thing I want you to do is watch a YouTube video. Pay attention to the starting time, and in fact what we can do is watch this one all together, okay? So you don't, at the moment you don't need your phones, we can watch it here. So I'm taking it right up to 1.59. Which is about there. Okay. So I want you to watch it, and as you are watching, just think about the questions underneath. Respond, okay? So, but as you're thinking here, is it a useful experiment that you see? Why not? What does your text partner think? Do you think it's a genuine experiment, or is it false? Is it being set up? How would you feel if you were the parents in this video? And does this issue happen in your country or not? Why? Okay. Think about those things as you watch the video. Now, after you watch the video, you are going to engage in a texting conversation with your partner. So it will not be speaking, but what you will do is text your opinion to your partner about these questions. But the first thing then is watch and think, and then afterwards you can start texting immediately. Okay, so here's the video, but we'll watch it all together first time. Just watch it on the screen.
Hello, my name's Joe. I'm doing a social experiment on kids. How often do you tell your kids not to talk to strangers? So if I go over to your kid right now as a stranger, do you think he or she will run back to you or continue to talk to me? Yeah. Would you give me permission to give it a shot? See what happens? Alright. Can you just point out which one's your kid? Right over here? Alright. Hi. The dog? It's a girl. Want to pet her? Nice, right? Want to go down the slide? You like the puppies, right? You like the puppies? Want to go see the other puppies? Yeah? Come on, let's go. Let's go see the other puppies. Let's go.
Just because you see somebody with a dog doesn't mean that you go home with them. Because you don't know him. The same way you don't know that person, you don't know that person. You have to ask me if you want to go see somebody. You know what's going to happen? You know what could happen? They could take you and you won't be with mommy anymore. Would you want that? Or do you want your family?
Over 700 children are abducted a day. That's over 250,000 a year. Are your kids safe?
Okay, that's it. Okay, that's the video. Now start texting to your partner with the questions that we just thought about. What do you think? Have a discussion about the video in text. Okay. So you start typing on your phones immediately. I'm going to give you 1 more minute. So now you have texted some ideas and you have been thinking a little bit about some of the issues. Now I want you to have a similar conversation, but this time by speaking to a different person. So you can use the ideas from your text that you've been exchanging, and you can add some different ideas, but this time discussing the same questions in speaking mode. Okay, so would you like to come and sit up there? And now I'm going to put you into different pairs. Okay, so you two together. Okay, you two together. You two together. Turn around. Okay.
Is this the idea for experiment? In the big city, we experience
1 minute. Okay, 1 minute.
but not so beautiful.
Okay, fine. Let's stop there. Let's stop there for a moment. Right. Let's just have some general thoughts about this video to begin with. So, Gladys, where's Gladys?
Yeah.
What did you think about? Was it a useful thing to do this? Or?
I think it's very useful. Even if nowadays we know our children are not safe in the open area, but we cannot predict what happened to our child. And after we watch the experiment, we'll be alarmed about how dangerous it is to let children to speak to the strangers.
Would you say that this is a genuine experiment, or is it in any way contrived or set up? What would you think, Stephanie? What do you think?
Seems like a genuine thinking for me.
Why do you think it's genuine? What is it about the video that makes you think that?
I know it's like a live video about this thing, but it's genuine, and I think it's useful for parents around the world because kidnapping it's a big problem.
Are there any problems with the way the experiment is organised?
I think there is a problem because before they make the experiment, they didn't show any identity to the mother. How should the mother decide whether it is a false experiment or someone made a joke? Is it okay to let them video the child? So I believe they should first show their identity.
Okay, that's a part of experimental rules or protocol is what we say. Yeah. Okay. Julia, where's Julia?
Yeah,
What are your thoughts about the experiment, Julia? Does this happen in China? What's the word when you take children away secretly? What's the word here? Child abduction. Yeah, child abduction. Does that happen in your country?
Yes, it may happen in your country. And I think and it's not safe in China. There are some crimes such things may happen. I think.
What's that called when children are taken away and then exchanged for money or for other children? What's that called?
Trafficking.
Trafficking, yeah, child trafficking. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Is there anything else about this experiment which maybe is a bit of a problem? Do you think? Is it
tackle.
Yeah.
Problem. It is dangerous for us to watch to take the YouTube.
It's dangerous to have this on YouTube. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? Why would that be? Why?
Why? YouTube is widely everyone in the world watches the YouTube. So the bad person, bad people watch the YouTube. So it is not good way to not good way. I guess.
Do you mean it might give bad people ideas about how to do it? Yeah, maybe that, maybe. One thing I thought of as a problem with the experiment is if the little boy who's playing, did he see the man sit down?
Exactly
Go on.
what I'm talking about.
Go on, say
That's
that.
my partner. And I think that the boy might have seen his mother speaking with the stranger. So the boy might take it for granted that his mother might have known the man. So he thought it is very safe to talk with the stranger. So
Yeah,
it might be the problem.
that may be a problem. Yeah, then it's not very fair to criticise the little boy because he already saw the man talking with his mommy.
Yeah.
So there's a problem there, maybe. Okay, fine. So yeah. What? Sorry, is it Sultan or Khalid?
But in the last video, his mom asked him, "Do you know this personality?" Answered no.
Okay.
So he did this.
Well spotted, yeah, well spotted, well listened, okay, so his mum asked him that, and that was genuine actually, wasn't it? Very good point. Okay, fine. Now, suppose you've watched this video and you want to tell your friends about it. Now, an easy way to do that was just send them to the link, but suppose you have no technology. You're actually now going to recount or tell the story back. But what you've got to do now is look at the video again and look at it in more detail, and using a pen and paper, make notes on the key parts of the video, what happens, so that you can give a full story of what you have seen. Okay? Don't write full sentences, just keywords to help you remember the different stages in the experiment. Like, for example, this man goes up to another. Right, okay? And carry on like that. So for this, you have your own time. I'm giving you 3 minutes in total. Remember, the video is less than that. Start at 1.59, the same spots that we started, okay? You can play the video in your own time, stop it, make notes, repeat it, this time using your smartphones and headphones. So you have control. Okay? Over to you. Remember, try to write in key words if you can, not full sentences. Right, okay, can you stop there please? Stop there, and now close the video down. And what I'd like you to do now is work with a partner, compare your notes, and see if you can get extra ideas and information from your partner so that you can add those ideas to your own to make it more complete, okay? So we'll do like this, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2, 2, 2 here, okay? Stop there for a moment. In a few moments' time, you are going to record your own description of this event, and you are going to record it into your own phone using the recording facility. Okay? So, give you a few more moments to prepare for the recording. Get 1 or 2 more ideas from your partner.
Actually allows the consultation to be done, right? So here we can say video has a very clear structure, 3 atoms, 3 minus 3 keys, reactive experiment, and the same experiment without. So here reading sometimes can give people a very alarming lesson.
Okay, fine, that's great. Can you stop there? So now we're going to go into speaking yourself into your own phone quietly like this to record the story. So the best app to use on iPhones, sorry, I don't know about Androids, on iPhones, is go into extras and you can see voice memo. Voice memo, and you get this. Voice memo. The good thing about voice memos is when you are recording it, okay, you can stop, think, and continue. Okay? So, and then it will sound like it's continuous. So remember to use the stop button. Give yourself thinking time and record the description, okay? You've got about 3 or 4 minutes on this activity now, okay? So over to you.
Just now I watched a video on YouTube in children social experiment. Also about an experiment, a social experiment, and we asked about continue
And John, he asked the mother, I'd like to do a social experiment with the kids. And how often do you teach your child or children not to talk to strangers? And the mother said, often. And then John said, so I'll go to...
good reaction hosting the children and the stranger.
In the end of the video, Joe said about 700 child are abducted every day. It means a quarter of a million child, almost a million children would be abducted each year. So the number is very shocking. Do you still agree?
Okay, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. You don't have your jam. Right, okay. Could you stop there for a moment? And we are going to listen to... Sorry, what's your name again? Lydia. We're going to listen to this.
There are 3 stages in this experiment.
Okay, so this is Lydia's recording, okay? And what we're going to do is just listen and see if we can identify any language that we can help her with or see how we can improve it, okay? I may stop it if I think there is a problem, but you can tell me what the problem might be.
And on this video, it is a social experiment about child abduction. And there are 3 stages in this experiment. At the very beginning,
What was that? An issue there? Very small one. Only a small one. At the very beginning. At the very beginning. At the very beginning. Verb.
a man is talking to a mother in order to set up the experiment. And he talked with the mother.
And he talk, and he is it past tense, was it? Talked to or talked with, both are okay there.
And ask her some questions.
And well, there's an issue here. Are you using the past tense or are you using the present tense? You're using the okay, then I'm missing the d. Talked or the t. I'm missing the t. Talked.
For example, he asked her how often she tells her child not to talk to strangers. And other questions like, will he or she run back to you? And do you want to see what happened if I go to your child? And
now, do you want to say what would happen or what might happen? And then if what? If I go or if I went, both are possible. They're slightly different. If I go or if I went. Okay, fine. You see what I'm doing there? I'm listening to see if I can help my partner with their grammar. And what I want you to do with your partner before, switch your phones. Lend your phone to your partner. Okay? The partner you've just been speaking to before. Switch your phones, listen to their description, and sorry, could you listen just for a moment? For this, listen, maybe to begin with, just quietly, no headphones, one iPhone with the volume, listen together and stop and discuss the problem that you can both hear together, okay? So, one between you.
Just say this is very important. Yes.
Then the second experiment began. The experiment goes in the same way. First, the man tells to the mother and asks the mother the question and asks the mother permission to talk with her case. Then the experiment began.
It's the same. His mother says and his mother says.
As a stranger. See what the win with the strangers. After the experiment.
Then the boy ran away. Ran away. Yes.
The mother taught a lesson to the child.
No. Taught a lesson to the child. It's okay. It's okay.
The child that must ask first whether he can go with the man first instead of just run away with the child.
No. Maybe the last sentence there is some mistake. Because I've done that in a hurry.
Okay, fine. Can we stop there? Now, obviously, we're not going to check everyone. It's just too difficult to do that. But what I'm going to do now is give you a model of how this may be described. And I want you to listen and read at the same time and compare it with your own version. So can you turn over and look at activity 5? Activity 5. So now this is spoken language, but I've written it down so that you can see the way it's working, okay? And I'm going to read it aloud as well, so you listen and read. And it may be a little bit different as I speak. So I'm with my friend in a coffee bar, and I'm telling them about this video that I've just seen on YouTube, okay? That's the situation. So there's this video I've seen on YouTube that I want to tell you about. It's actually a kind of social experiment. In this video, a guy goes up to a children's play area holding a very cute puppy. He approaches a mother and asks her for permission to go up to a child with the puppy to see if he can lure the child away. The mother gives her permission. The guy goes up to the boy and starts talking to him in a very friendly way, talking about the puppy, and he asks the little boy if he'd like to go and see some more puppies. The little boy accepts straight away and walks off with the man. Of course, the man returns the little boy to his mother, and I guess the mother is feeling quite shocked about how easy it was for the man to take her little boy away. The mother speaks to her little boy in a calm but firm way and explains to him how he shouldn't talk to strangers. Okay, that's a model for spoken language kind of view. Right. So, what I want you to do now is look at the questions underneath, and you can discuss these with a partner straight away. But now we are discussing language, not information. We're discussing the language. So especially look at questions 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, okay? Think about those on your own for 30 seconds and then discuss with your partner, okay? I'll give you 30 seconds. Right, could you stop there and now discuss those questions about the language with your partners, okay?
Why is simple present? The main difference between on my own course, I use the simple present. And here use another always between each other and this one in my distribution, I just
All the different yeah. Which tenses you use? Okay, fine, let's stop there. Let's have a look at the language then, just before we continue. So, Sultan, where's Sultan? Sultan?
Yes, sure.
So what tense is used here, Sultan?
Present simple.
The present simple. Okay, good, yeah. Present simple, good. So here they all are, kind of. There's all the present simple. Why? Why are we using present simple? Nancy, where's Nancy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems that when we share a story, it is better to use simple present tense to engage the reader. The readers and the audience.
Yes, that's actually true. Often we learn that we tell stories in the past tense, but actually, if we want to make the story nearer to us and more interesting, okay, we actually use the present tense, and it's very often used. It would say when we're telling jokes in English. Okay. So the use of present tense in storytelling reduces the distance between the speaker and the listener. It includes them. Okay, fine. So, Stephanie, why is this used?
I think it's because the present tense, because there is no distance between the listeners. So this is to.
Absolutely, it's related to the same reason. Okay, it brings the learning. This guy, this video I've seen, this mother, this person. Okay, we use this to include people. So, okay, this video makes the story feel nearer or more relevant. Okay, fine. Right, let's have. Abdullah, where's Abdullah?
Yeah.
So, Abdullah, why is at used in 3, 4, and 5? And then why is the used later?
I think it's related to the describing the guy or something like that.
Not really, because at and the are connected with
adjective.
Yeah, not really to do with description here. It's not really that. Has anyone else got any ideas? Why sometimes are we using at and then later on we're using the.
I think the first time I use a, after that, and I use that.
Why?
Uh,
That's kind of correct, but why?
And the article A is used with compromise for general things. But when we mention that nouns again in the following part, that general noun becomes very specific. By referring to a very clear person or object.
It's getting there, but it's not really connected with countability. We can't, because boy, we can say 3 boys or 4 boys, and so it's not countability. But what you said later is a little bit nearer it. When we use this for the first time, does the listener, the person we're speaking, do they know who the guy is? No. Okay.
No.
So, is it known information or new information? New information. So, often when we're introducing new information, we will start with A, the indefinite article. But then, later on, here in 9, the guy, is it the same guy?
Yes.
Do we know about him?
Yeah.
Yes, so it then becomes known information, so we use the instead of a. Okay, so a and the. Okay, a introduces new information, and the refers to information that we already know about. Right. What's in number 12 here? What's lure? Lure the child away. Tempt is a good word. Tempt the child away. Persuade. Trick. All these are good words for but there's also this idea of movement. Come with me, little. Okay, like a baddie, an evil person. Okay, lure. 13. 13. How is this sentence different from the rest in the text? Number 13. I guess the mother is feeling quite shy. How is that sentence different from the rest? Khalid. How is sentence 13 different from the rest of from the rest of the sentences? What kind of information in 13 is there which is different?
Not sure.
I guess not sure, yeah, but then that's who's not sure? The speaker. So what's that expressing?
Opinion.
Expressing opinion or feeling. The speaker is putting in their own ideas into the story.
Yeah.
So most of it is first this, then this, then this. But also, they add in their own opinion. So often, when you're telling stories like this, you say what you think about it in the middle of the description of the story. Okay. Right, fine. Good. We're going to stop there, and we're going to have a break. Probably only 15 minutes break. Okay, to cut it down. 15 minutes break. Then we're going to come back and look at more videos in some more detail. Okay, so stop there, 15 minutes break. We're going to continue now. First of all, I'm going to divide you into groups. I want you to remember what your group is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are group A. You're group A. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are group B. Group A are going to watch this video. Okay? It starts like this. Are Londoners horrible? Okay? That's group A. So if you go onto WeChat, somewhere you will find a link to Group A video. Group B video is this one, Rich Area and Homeless People. This is Group B video. And again, on WeChat, you can find it here, Group B video. So this time you can use your phones for this. Alright, so first of all, can you just make sure you can get the correct video? Find the video. And when you have found it, just stop there. Got it? You got it? Okay, have you all got them?
Yeah.
Yes? Anyone not got them? Okay, can you put your phones down for a moment? Right? And now, can you look at activity 6 on my handout? Activity 6. Activity 6, page 5. See that? Right, so this time, just like we did with the first video, I want you to listen, watch, and make notes on the video that you are going to watch. Suppose that you are going to tell the story, again in speaking mode, and you may like to think about using the present tense for it. Okay? So, watch, pause, make notes. Use Google Translate or ask me for any language that you need to describe the videos. I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes to watch and make notes on your video. Okay? So over to you. if you approach someone, you walk up to them. Okay? So, if I'm standing in the street and maybe a poor person comes up to me and says, please give me some money, they approach me. They approach me. Okay? 1 minute. 1 minute, okay? Right, stop there please, that's fine. So now we are going to practice to ourselves telling the story of the video that we have just seen. So just like before, I'd like you to record it into your smartphone again, okay? But just record it to yourself using your notes. Yeah? So can you do that now? This is on your own, just an individual activity. So start recording the story.
We see a man taking a bus. He writes a sign.
How much money the rest they want, the first speech money or
30 seconds, okay? Right, I need to ask you to stop there. Sorry, can you stop recording then? So now, I'm not going to ask you to compare with partner, but this time, I want you to listen critically to yourself. So now, I want you to play back your own audio and listen. But, as you do it, ask yourself some questions. Are you using present simple to bring it near? Are you using this? Are you using unknown information with a and then given information with the? Are you including any opinion statements? Okay, so listen and correct yourself in any other ways and make notes on things that you can improve. Do this for yourself. I'm only going to be able to give you about 2 or 3 minutes. We really need longer, but about 2 or 3 minutes on this. Okay, so over to you then. Go. .30 seconds left for this. Okay, stop there please. Stop there for now. Can you take your headphones off? What's going to happen next? What we're going to do next?
We will see the language more than
No, not quite, not yet.
we will share it.
Yeah, I want you now to describe the picture to the other person, okay? So you two work together, okay? Two together here. Two together here, okay? Two together here. Over here we've got two, three. So what I want you to do now, not using your phone has been there just to help you think about your own speaking skills. So now it's live speaking again. You describe the video that you have seen to your partner. But when we're really speaking to friends in a coffee bar about this, the other person does not just listen and go, oh yeah. They actually will interact and ask for clarification. So if you do not understand what the person is saying, stop them. You must listen actively, not passively to, okay? Afterwards, you're going to watch the other video and see how close the story matches the description. Yeah? Okay, so go.
I'd like to talk about the video that we saw about the normal people, the normal person who tends to compare between the rich people and the poor. So he asked two colleagues, the rich and the poor. First of all, he asked the rich one thanks. He asked him to give him money, and he asked him the normal person. Yeah, normal person. And he's want to compare between the rich people and and take it and put it in his pocket and we told him to leave. And we went back in the two cars.
Which person was that? Which person?
Yeah, the rich. Yeah.
And the second rich people, and he behaved so much politely. And when he was asked how much money you wanted, he just said, "Why give all to me? Give them all to me." But he behaved politely, and he said, "Thank you, class," or "Thank you," or something like this. And then the second part is about the homeless people. Together, 3 homeless people are given the money freely. The common point is they behaved quite polite.
And then persisted, no, this is not and I find another bags on the street in the poor area. The results were the same. The men took one daughter. So the first part, because the man had a dog, a beggar with a dog to look after, so he didn't take the whole money. But finally, with a great persuasion by the man, finally, another beggar, a third beggar.
Okay, fine. I need to stop you there. So now, can you go back to your phones and check the other video and see how it compares with your partner's story, okay? See if they did a good job or not. So watch your partner's video. Okay, could you stop there? You've got the basic idea of them, I think. Which experiment did you prefer? Which of the two did you prefer? The A one. Which one was that? The Londoners. Why did you prefer that one?
Because we usually believe people in metropolitans, like New Yorkers or Londoners, they are very cold to the strangers. They are always in a hurry, no time to chat with strangers, don't want to help strangers. But in the experiment, you see there are many kind and group of people in the world. It's very warm-hearted.
Okay, it is a sort of warm heart. Any other feelings about that one? Or the other one?
I think if you help the people, you will find, or you will get good motivation from the others.
You'll get some kind of reward.
Yes.
Okay. I thought the first one was funny as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the second one, if it was really genuine. I'm not sure if it was true. Maybe? Possible. Okay, we're just going to do one final activity. I have got two, but we won't have time for them. So, what I want you to do now, we're focusing on language work again. And can you look at activity 9? Activity 9. And for the moment, we are going to return to the first video. And if you look at activity 9, text A is the same text that we have already studied. That is a spoken model, spoken reporting. Now, underneath for text B is still talking about the same video, number 1, but this time it's in written form, okay, which means it's going to be slightly more formal in this case. So what I want you to do first of all is read the two and identify the differences. Especially in text A, I've underlined some words, like number 1 is guy, okay? All right, or videos that I've seen. So we can see here, so we've got this formal word kidnap, we've got child as boy, and we've got predator as guy. See if you can identify, look at the other ones, number 3 starts talking, number 4 go and see. Can you identify any formal versions of those words which are in text B? Okay. So see if you can do that. Okay, just check with your partner now and see what differences you've managed to spot.
Accompany to see. So what about A is conducted. I didn't say conducted, but it's kind of social term, right? The ease with which you see.
Now it is a more formal way to introduce the background of the video, but in text it is also just to introduce something to the front. So it's a very different see how easy.
Goes up to that word in this way. You ask me about it. What's the word in this text which is the same as it goes up to? In this video, a guy goes up to the children's playground. It's similar. Or he goes up to the boy. So the goes up to the boy. What's the word in here which has the same meaning? No, not that one. That's another one. That is another one. That's initiated to conversation. As you start talking to. But what about them? That's good. What about goes up to? Approached, that's the word, approached. Okay, so here we've got informal word, goes up to, what's the tense? Present or past? Present. Here we've got formal word, approached in the past. Okay, fine. I'm just going to finish on this because I think some of you are going to leave. Is that right? So we've got this word, abduct and kidnap. We've got child and boy. We've got role-playing predator and guy. Any others that you can see?
Goes up.
So initiating the conversation and start talking.
Yeah.
Any others? Accompanies. Okay, to accompany him. And what is it in the other text?
Go and see.
Go and see, yeah, okay, we've got that one. I'm not sure if I've marked it down, but we've got individual and guy. Accompany, go with, go and see. Any more?
Ask for her permission.
Which is?
Gain the parents' consent.
Yeah, ask for permission and gain consent. I'm not sure if I've got that here. That's not there. Certainly that's another good one. Ask for permission and gain consent is another good one. Okay, fine. And what can we say about the grammar pattern of was conducted? What follows be conducted here? To, infinitive, yeah, okay. Was conducted to do. Was conducted to establish. Was conducted to find out. was conducted to investigate. Okay, so that's one. The ease with which. The ease with which. Can you change this expression so it begins with the word how? Was conducted to establish how. How easy it was, or maybe it might be a conditional, how easy it might be. Yeah. Or how easy it would be, okay? So that's what it means, but here, more formal, the ease with which. So the grammar is the ease with which, and what's the pattern here? Plus, the ease with which plus, what? Yeah, but what's this part of the clause? The ease with which, the subject, plus verb. Okay, so the ease with which plus noun plus verb. The ease with which somebody can do something. Okay, another one. How easy it is for something to happen. Okay, and what's the grammar of the last one? Despite the fact that it's a full clause, yeah. Okay, despite the fact that plus noun plus verb. Okay. The final activity is to give you some controlled practice on these language points, which is activity 11, but we haven't got time to do that. If you were my class now, I would ask that for homework you write a formal description of your second video. Okay, that's what the final homework is. You don't have to do that.